Hello, everyone. This is Tim Bryce with the National Weather Service in El Paso. All right, so today we're going to be talking about Google Gemini, not in the traditional sense that we've been practicing on with uh, being able to see it in the web interface. So here is the web interface that we're all used to seeing, where you can enter your prompt and get Gemini to give you a response. And what we're going to be talking about today is we're going to talk about Gemini as it's embedded into our different Google applications like Gmail, Google Sheets, Google Docs, Google Slides, things like that. Now, of course, let me go back here to the interface. You can reference those different areas, those different applications within the main interface. So if I say, give me a summary of all my unread, and then you hit the at symbol, you get all this access to all these different things here. And I can say Gmail, and then I can hit enter. I could hit enter, and then it'll run off and it'll go. I don't want it to show my unread emails, but it'll run off and it'll run off and give you a synopsis of that. But you know, that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about when we're actually embedded in Gmail. So here I am in my Gmail now. To get to Gemini within Gmail, you click on the Gemini logo up here, and it pops out this window here on the right hand side. And you can adjust this window, make it larger or smaller if you want. And you can just get started here. You can let's say, create an email welcoming our newest senior forecaster. And then just hit go, and it's going to start to think. And there it is. So it gave you the email, and then you can just click insert, and it'll pop open a new window, and then you can fill in who it needs to go to, the subject, and then you can see it actually gave the person a name. So you'd want to, of course, go in there and adjust that to the actual name of the person that you have as your, in this case, your new senior forecaster. So you can see it's pretty easy to, if you need to start creating an email, you can do that. Now, one thing I did want to point out, if as we're going along here, you'll see you get this history built up on the right hand side of your prompts. If at any time you want to clear that history out, you kind of go up here and click on clear history, and then it'll say sure, because once it's gone, it's gone. All right, so one of the things that we are supposed to be able to do is access our gems. So if you have a gem, you should be able to enter a prompt here. This is my social media gem. I have a prompt that would say create 3 posts for X, 3 posts for Facebook, 3 posts for Instagram. And then I could actually cut and paste those. But at the time of this recording here at the end of August, these were not working. They were working a week ago. They're not working now. But my guess is they'll get the plumbing fixed. But just be aware that you can access your gems. If you have a gem that you use, another one I might have is like a reference gem it's tied into our SDM. I could type in what's the policy on what happens when the electricity goes off of the office, and then it'll pull it up, and then I can just cut and paste that into an email. But for some reason it's not working right now, but know that that should be available once things get working again. I'm not sure why those aren't working. All right. So again, if I need to, I need an email. I'm going to start another email here, and this time it's going to be I need an email to an emergency manager that talks about 5 heat safety tips. It's going to start that off, and you see it's thinking, and then it's going to create this email with these 5 safety tips. I can click on insert, and there you go. I could just kind of scan through it, make sure it's all correctly, and then I could hit who it's sending it to, the subject matter, and off it will go. So that's great. Now I can close this panel. Another way you can access this, I'm going to go ahead and delete this, is if I start a compose window, and down here it'll say help me write, and it'll kind of change it, give you this prompt, and then I can do the exact same thing again. And it's basically just another way. Google's real good about giving you multiple ways to kind of get to it. You see it's a slightly different formatted email, but essentially the same information. And but the advantage to doing it this way is that I can come up here and I can modify this. Hey, give me 6 heat safety tips, and then hit refresh, and now I have 6 tips. I can click on recreate, so it'll take the same prompt and it'll just do the email over again. So it should be slightly different information. Remember, generative AI can and will give you slightly different responses from time to time, even with the same prompt. But it should be generally close to the same. Now we could refine this. So we've got this email kind of sitting here. You can refine it by either making it more formal, make it longer, elaborate, or make it shorter. So if I make it elaborate, it should come back with a longer email. It's not that much longer, is it? But in theory, that's what it could do. It could make that longer, and then you can go back to making it maybe a little shorter. They look about the same, don't they? But I've tried this. You can adjust that, and it will adjust the paragraphs, especially if you have like paragraphs of text. It will adjust those going forward. So that's just a way, and you can come in here and you can highlight different things, and you can just edit it and delete it as you want. So once you click insert, then you've got this in here, and then you can just kind of come in here and say, oh, I can just remove that one, and then of course have to adjust my numbering. But you can see that we've got this email ready to go. So that's great. Now, other things that you can do in Gmail with Gemini is if I have an email here, if I click on it, it usually automatically will give me a summary. Now, a lot of my emails, and you may have experienced this, a lot of your emails are pretty short. And you go, okay, the summary is almost as long as the email itself. But in certain cases, I will get long emails, and it's nice to have that summary up top. If you don't get the summary up top, you can click on the Gemini logo, and again, it'll give you a nice summary. It can show you a longer summary by clicking on that. So now I've got a few more bullet points in there, anything like that. So that's a great way to kind of summarize. If you get a longer email from a coworker or from a partner, you can get that. And of course, then you can like take that summary and insert it into a new email. So that you can take the summary of an email you've got, summarize it, and then plop that into a new email. So that is a great way to do that. So let me go back out here, mark this as unread, and let me clear out my history here. Now, something else you can do with Gemini that I like is that you, like I said, I showed you in the Gemini web app how we can kind of have the web app reach over to Gmail or one of our other Google Workspace. Well, you can go the other way around. So I can actually reference a file. So create an email that summarizes, oh my gosh, can't spell, summarizes, and then I still can't spell. So what you do is then you use the @ symbol here, and I can type in a file name that I happen to know, and it's AI and LM. So this was a presentation that I have. And so create an email that summarizes this presentation file, and it will run off to that file, and it will then summarize it, as you can see here, and then I can click on insert, and there it is, and now that's ready to go. So if you put together a presentation and someone wants a kind of a summary of it, or you need to send a summary to something, you can, in your Gmail, reference that file and then just drop that into this nice summary into your email, and then it's ready to go. So I think that's a great way to use it. Now, something else you can do is that you can do a search of your Gmail. And let me try this. Corey and I, a long time ago, Corey Pieper and I had done some work on KMLs and things. So this is going to go off and look through all of my emails. I've saved these emails, and you can see it found 6 of them, and it will kind of pull those up that I have. Actually 3 of them, but I think some of them have back and forth in between them. But it does list the emails here that it referenced, and that's, the same way as clicking. I don't know if it's any faster than the search up here, but once you do get it, you can kind of click on it, and then you can, click on give me a suggested reply. It gives you some canned things like that. So those are another tool that you can use as far as doing searches and pulling up email. I don't know if it's any faster than using the search bar up there. Sometimes I get really good results, and sometimes I don't get the best results. But basically, this is a great tool in Gmail to kind of help us get started with an email. Like I said, you can have it kind of start you off with an email. It can refine once you get the email written, maybe you can make it shorter, you can make it longer, you can add sections to it. So a great use of Gemini embedded in Gmail helps us kind of get this our email process a little more streamlined, a little bit faster. So like I said, I'm going to do a whole series of these videos, so I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoy being able to use Gemini in your workflow, and have a great day.